We're going to break down the amazing 2026 planet parade that's coming up. I'm going to give you everything you need to know to get out there and see this incredible celestial event for yourself.
So, you've probably seen the buzz online about this rare gathering of planets. Some people are calling it the spectacular, once-in-a-lifetime show, while others are, well, hinting at doomsday. So, what's the real story? Let's separate the science from the sensationalism.
Okay, go ahead and mark your calendars for February 28th, 2026, because right after the sun sets, 6 of our planetary neighbors are going to put on an incredible show, tracing this beautiful arc right across the evening sky. Trust me, it's a celestial event you really won't want to miss.
And just look at this lineup. We've got Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune all showing up to the party. It is such a rare chance to see a collection of worlds this diverse in a single night.
All right, let's dive into the good stuff. Because, knowing it's happening is one thing, but actually seeing it is the whole point, right? So here is your step-by-step practical guide to actually catching this amazing show. You can think of this as your playbook for the night. And what's really cool is that it's almost like a video game with different difficulty levels. You've got Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. Those are your easy mode targets. You can see them with just your eyes. But if you're up for the challenge, you'll need to grab some gear to spot Uranus and Neptune.
Okay, so let's break that down even more. Venus, that's going to be the superstar. It'll be so bright you literally can't miss it. Jupiter will be a brilliant beacon over in the southeast. And Saturn, look for a steady, yellowish light that isn't twinkling. But for a lot of us, the real thrill is hunting for the hidden gems. Mercury's tough because it's so faint and low to the horizon. And Uranus and Neptune, that's when you get to break out the binoculars or even a telescope.
So here's your game plan. It's simple, but it is absolutely essential. First, find a good spot. You want a clear view of the western horizon, hopefully away from city lights. Second, be ready to go about 30 minutes after your local sunset. Look west for most of the planets, but don't forget to turn around and look southeast for Jupiter. And here's a pro tip. Find Mercury and Venus first. They dip below the horizon really fast.
And hey, here's a little bonus for you. If you're out watching in the days leading up to the main event, check this out. On February 20th, Saturn and Neptune will have their closest approach of the entire decade. They'll be separated by just 0.83 degrees. To put that in perspective, that's less than the width of your pinky finger held at arm's length.
Oh, and our moon decided it wanted to join the party too. It's going to be about 90% full, and it'll be hanging out right next to Jupiter, which will look absolutely beautiful. The only tiny downside is that all that moonlight is basically natural light pollution, and it could make the challenge of finding super faint Uranus just a little bit tougher. Now, you might be picturing all these planets in a perfect, straight line out there in space. But what's really going on? Well, the truth is, it's all just a fantastic trick of perspective. The whole secret behind this is a concept called the ecliptic. So, just imagine for a second that our solar system is basically flat, like a giant cosmic pancake. All the planets orbit the sun on roughly that same flat plane. So from our point of view here on Earth, it looks like they all travel along the same path in our sky. It's like a celestial highway, and that's what makes these parades possible.
And this right here perfectly illustrates the most important thing to understand. The picture on the left, that's what we see from Earth, a visual alignment. It looks like the planets are all cozied up next to each other. But the diagram on the right shows you the reality in space. They are still millions and millions of kilometers apart. They just happen to be in the same general direction from our vantage point. It's a line of sight illusion.
Okay, so you know how it is. Whenever a really cool celestial event like this happens, the internet just starts buzzing with some pretty wild claims. So let's take a minute and tackle those doomsday myths with some solid, verifiable science. Yeah, you've probably seen posts like these floating around your social media feeds. They claim that the combined gravity of all these planets lining up is going to wreak havoc on Earth, causing everything from massive earthquakes to, messing with our magnetic field.
So let's just get straight to the science. The folks at Astrophysics put it perfectly. They said, alignments simply don't concentrate gravity in a way that could affect Earth's orbit, tectonic activity, or ocean tides. The main thing to get here is that the combined gravitational pull from these planets is just way too weak to have any effect on us here.
This chart just says it all, doesn't it? That huge bar on the left, that's the moon's gravitational pull on our tides. The next one over, still pretty big, is the sun. And that tiny, almost invisible little sliver on the far right? Yeah, that's the combined gravitational pull of every other planet in the solar system.
It's completely negligible. It's not even close.
So the bottom line is this: go out and enjoy the show completely worry-free. These alignments are just a beautiful, totally predictable dance of orbital mechanics. They're absolutely not a harbinger of doom. On this, the science is 100% settled.
Okay, so if it's not dangerous, why do we get so excited about it? I mean, why does this matter? What should you really take away from all of this?
Events like this are these incredible, powerful reminders of the huge, beautiful solar system that we're a part of. It's a chance to just step outside, look up from our screens, and feel a real sense of connection to the cosmos. It's about curiosity and a moment of pure awe.
So now you have the guide. You know the science, and you know the myths just aren't true. The only question left is, will you take a moment on February 28th to go outside and witness this rare gathering of worlds? I really hope you do. Clear skies!